Welcome to our live training session number 25, part 3. In this video, we're going to take a look at getting your engine tuned in the part throttle area of operation. So these are going to be the normal driving conditions we're going to be seeing. We're going to be dialing in the fuel in the open and closed loop method, as well as taking a look at optimizing our spark timing and finding maximum brake torque. We're going to have a lot to cover, so let's jump into the live training session so we can get started. Welcome back to our live training session here with our Mazda Miata. Now in the last video, we set up our fuel and our spark timing and our idle control. So we have our engine stabilized, we have it cranking and firing and holding it idle just fine right now. We're ready to take a look at doing our actual driving portion of tuning for fuel and spark. So we're going to take a look at the process here in the open loop fuel tuning method and the closed loop fuel tuning method, and then we're also going to be taking a look at trying to optimize our fuel injection timing tables. We talked about this in the last video when we were looking at our idle control, trying to see if it would help stabilize the air fuel a little bit. Going down into our injection timing table, we'll find that we did change the values from 360 to 400 here at idle. So we'll find now we're going to be looking at these after we've done all of our tuning. We'll be looking at these values and seeing how that process is going to go and how we can go in and utilize moving the values around and trying to tune for the richest air fuel, which is going to mean that we're getting the fuel spraying into an open valve. It's going to be a more direct shot into the engine, which is going to allow us to use less fuel and it'll give us better fuel economy. It's all things we want to go and go through and check out in this video. We're also going to be taking a look at our acceleration enrichment. Now, our acceleration enrichment is turned off, and we're going to find that it's probably going to have a little bit of a hesitation as we're trying to get going and starting to drive the vehicle. That's not going to be necessarily a problem, but when we're going in with our main fuel table and doing our tuning here in this video, we need to be mindful that we need to be at a steady throttle operation or relatively steady throttle operation. The acceleration enrichment is going to be having a multiplying effect and adding more fuel on top of what's coming from our main fuel table. It's going to help us characterize our throttle movement, and that's going to be something that the main fuel table here cannot do. It's going to be more of a steady state fuel delivery for our engine. So it's always something that we want to tune the main fuel table first without the acceleration enrichment on, then enable it after the main fuel table has been tuned. We've nailed down the air fuels, because that's going to mean that we have at all the different operation points. Our air fuel can be reasonable. So we need to add fuel above and beyond that. We know that we are not going to have a lean section or a rich section in the map where the acceleration and enrichment could be masking a problem when it's actually really an issue with the actual main VE table. So we're going to be exploring that in this video. We put some generic values in our table here. So when we were building that out in the first video, creating the base calibration, I don't know if these values are going to be relevant or not. They're going to be ballpark where they need to be at, but they might need to be lower. They might need to be raised. Typically, we're going to be finding we're going to probably lower them, not raise them, having values here of 50 to 75% part throttle or about where they need to be at. But every engine's a little bit different, and we might find that we only need it very light throttle down here, something like 20 or 30% VE, and then maybe even in the mid-range here where we're going between 30 to 90 kPa, we might only need something like 55% VE. So every setup here is a little bit different. We'll be exploring that in this video again. We're first going to start off with the open loop method, then move into the closed loop method. The open loop method is going to not use the EGO correction. So it's not going to be using that closed loop O2 control that we've explored in the other live training video. I wanted to just kind of break